Get a secure job. Find something stable. Don't take risks and think about your future. You've heard that advice your whole life from parents, from teachers, from career counselors, maybe even from yourself. And I get it. Security sounds good, especially if you grew up working class or if you're the first person in your family to break into the skilled trades, or you're just navigating an industry where people already question whether you belong. But here's what nobody tells you about job security: it's a trap. Hi, everybody. I'm Shar, and I'm here to tell you the most dangerous thing you can do as an outlier is chase security. And here's why. Job security makes you think the job is the asset. It makes you think your value is tied to the position you hold, the company name on your paycheck, or the title on your business card. And when you believe that, you stop building the skills that actually make you valuable. You stop learning, you stop adapting, and you stop positioning yourself as someone who can solve problems that nobody else can. Because you're secure, right? The job isn't going anywhere until it does. I've watched this happen over and over in almost every industry and have lived through it too. Sometimes someone's been in the same role for 10, 15, 20 years and they know the system inside and out. They're good at their job and they feel secure. And then the company restructures, gets bought out, or they bring in new leadership, or they automate a process that used to require 3 or 4 people. And suddenly that secure job is gone. And the person who spent 20 years relying on that security, they're out starting over. Not because they weren't good, but because they built their career around the job and not the skills. Now, here's the thing about security: it makes you comfortable, and the comfort is enemy of growth. When you're comfortable, you don't push yourself to learn the new tool, the new system, the new skill that's just outside your lane. You don't take the project that scared you a little bit because you're not sure if you can pull it off. And you don't raise your hand for that opportunity that would stretch you because why would you? You're fine where you are. But fine doesn't make you indispensable. Fine makes you replaceable. Now, let me tell you what I learned riding bulls. You can't control the bull. You can't make it cooperate, and you can't predict what it's going to do. All you can control is your rigging, your position, and how fast you adapt when things start to go sideways. The riders who lasted weren't the ones who found a secure bull, because there's no such thing. They were the ones who got so good at reading and reacting and adjusting that it didn't matter which bull they drew. They made themselves the asset, not the ride. And that's exactly how you have to approach your career. You don't chase the secure job. You chase the skills that make you the person everybody needs, no matter what job you're in. So, what does that actually look like? First, build skills that transfer. Don't just learn the job, learn the fundamentals underneath the job. If you're a diesel tech, don't just learn how to fix the trucks that the shop always works on. Learn diagnostics, electrical systems, hydraulics, skills that apply to any equipment. And if you're in fleet operations, don't just learn your company's dispatch software. Learn data analysis, process optimization, vendor negotiation skills. These are skills that'll make you valuable in any fleet. The goal isn't to be good at your job. The goal is to be good at the work so you can do it anywhere. Second, make yourself visible. This is especially important to outliers. If you're the only woman, the only LGBTQ plus person, or the only person of color on your team, you already know. People don't see you the same way they see everyone else. So you have to make your value impossible to ignore. That means documenting your wins, sharing what you know, speaking up in meetings, and making sure people The people who matter know what you bring to the table. And it's not because you're insecure, but because visibility creates options. When people know what you're capable of, opportunities will come to you. Recruiters will reach out. Other companies notice, and your leverage goes up. And leverage is what makes you secure, not the job title. Third, build relationships outside your company. People who feel secure in their jobs, they're not networking. They're not staying in touch with former colleagues. They're not building a reputation beyond their current employer. And when that job disappears, they realize they have no network to fall back on. But the people who treat their career like a long game, they stay connected. They show up at industry events. They help people when there's no immediate benefit. And when they need to make a move, whether by choice or necessity, they have options because they built relationships that extend beyond one job, one company, and one position. Now, here's the part that's especially true for outliers. You don't get the same safety net everyone else does. If you're a woman in the trades and you lose your job, you're not just looking for a new position. You're looking for a new position in an industry where people are already skeptical that you belong. And if you're LGBTQ and you're trying to break into a new company, you don't just have to prove your skills. You have to assess whether it's even safe for you to be there. If you're a person of color, you're navigating biases at every step of the hiring process, biases that may not exist for your white colleagues. So the idea that you can't rely on job security the way everyone else does, that was never real for you. And that means you can't build your career the way everyone else does. You have to build it smarter, stronger, and more intentionally. So here's what you chase instead of security: options. You build skills that make you valuable in multiple companies, multiple industries, and multiple roles. You make yourself visible so people know what you're capable of and they will come looking for you. You build a network that extends beyond your current job. So you always have people you can call when you need to make a move. And you refuse to let one job, one company, one position define your value. Because the goal isn't to be secure. The goal is to be so damn good at what you do that you have options no matter what happens. The bull riders who lasted in the arena weren't the ones who found the easy bulls. They were the ones who got so good at riding that it didn't matter what bull they drew. They made themselves the asset. And that's what you need to do. Don't chase security, chase skills, visibility, and options. Because the only real security is knowing you can adapt to whatever comes next. If you found this helpful, I've got more in the description, including a free self-assessment that shows you whether you naturally lead with competence or connection and what you can need to work on. And subscribe if you want more of this. I post every week about leadership in the trades and what it takes to build a career when you're the only one in the room. Thank you, everybody. I'm Shar. Stay in the middle.